What's up everybody, Ryan here, down in Pittsburgh, just at United Refrigeration and Cranberry, picking up filters for a job. I'm heading down into the city to do the preventative maintenance. I haven't been recording a whole lot lately, been very unmotivated to film and edit, but I got to get back to it. So come along with me today. We're going to be changing filters, checking air conditioners, hopping up on the roof, seeing what we can get into, see what we can find to generate some more work for later on in the summer. So I'm sure there will be things. It's a lot of train rooftop units I'm going to be working on today. So I'm going to print out my paperwork and we're going to hit the road. All right, everybody, I'm all checked in with the store. They know I'm gonna be up there in case they hear me knocking around, opening up units, things of that nature. And we're just making our way in the back, hop up on this roof and get to work. And here we are. All right. Finally. Pittsburgh International Airport is over that way somewhere, so we got some planes flying by. Yeah, buddy, that one's massive. That's got to be some kind of military plane, I would imagine. It's like a building. It's huge. These are all my train units right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and replace all the air filters first, clean all the drain traps, and then we'll start digging in, checking blowers and electrical and fans and things of that nature. 12 RTUs here. Shouldn't be too bad.
I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like
All right, guys, you get the gist of what I'm doing here. I got 3 down already. I'm gonna go ahead and bang out the rest of them, and I'll meet you back here when I got 4 boxes of dirty air filters. All right, guys, all the filters are replaced. If you're wondering why some are pleated, the rest are fiberglass. It's because filters have been weird lately and we weren't able to get all pleateds before, and you know how it goes, but we're back to all pleated filters now. I'm gonna start at unit 1. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna check everything over and make sure that these units are in good shape. All right, he shouldn't be too bad. We do these maintenances fairly often. So first thing I'm gonna do is make sure the crankcase heaters are working, and they're both working nice and warm. I'm gonna just look over the electrical here, see if anything jumps out at me right off the bat. Everything looks pretty clean. Well, let's check these bearings. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll the belt off. I know I've gotten comments before about not to do that, but you know, I don't think it hurt the belt too bad. I'm gonna just look it over. There's no belts or coil cleanings on this PM, so I just want to make sure it's not cracked. If it's worn, I'm gonna write up the belt. I think I'll be writing up belts regardless. I like to spin the motor. And this one's got a little bit of noise to it. I'm not convinced it's bad or has bad bearings, but we'll check the amp draw on it, and as long as the amp draw is good, we're just going to leave it alone. And I don't have any bearing noise out of our blower itself. I like to try and move it left to right. The pulleys feel nice. They're not worn. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one be. Like I said, the belt is in decent shape, but I'm gonna go ahead and write up a new belt for at least the next PM. They might even have belts written up for next PM. Tension feels good. I think we're good with that. 4.6 amps, it's 460 volt motor. Our voltage is 480 here. Oh yeah. All right, so now that I got the blower compartment all buttoned up, just give it a little spring cleaning. Test the wiring connections, make sure everything is tight. These top ones are good and tight. The bottom ones needed a little bit. Look at that. All right, good and tight there. All my low volt looks good. I don't see any burns or scorch marks or anything like that. Our fan motor here. I've got no slop, no movement in the shaft this way. It spins. I don't hear any noise. Everything looks good. I don't see any signs of oil anywhere. So I think we're in decent shape for now. Fired up in air conditioning, take some temperature readings, take some amp draws, make sure it's cooling, and that's gonna be basically what I do to all of them. I've got my jumper wires in place. I'm all set. I'm not going to put my gauges on unless I have an issue. Say the suction line isn't getting cold, or one of the compressors isn't coming on, got a pressure switch open or something along those lines. Other than that, I'm going to run them. I'm going to check amp draw. I'm going to just feel the lines with my hand. I'm going to take a temperature drop across the coil and make sure everything is good to go. So I'm all jumped out. Right, well, we got stage 1 running. Suction line feels cold right off the bat. That's always a good sign. Let that run. Stage 2 should be cycling on here shortly. So I've got some heat dumping. In the meantime, I'm gonna put my temperature probe in the supply and see what kind of temperature we're getting. I'm also gonna go across this condenser coil. We'll come back to that. All right, 4.6 is the amp drop for the blower. We're at 4.12, 3.74, 4.0. So we're under amp draw. Amp draw on compressor 1's pulling 6.2, 6.6, and 6.6. So we're well under on that one as well. I couldn't get on it here at the contactor because there's too many wires. I'll be able to get on this one. And we're pulling 4.1, 3.97, 2.6. So we're under rated amp draw for both compressors. All right, condenser fan. Really see it, but we're pulling 1.8 on the condenser fan, which is below amp draw on that. So all our motors, our compressors, and our fan are good as far as amp draw goes. We're dumping some heat now. Let's take a look here. We're putting out 52, 52.8. So we'll let that do its thing. I think that's where we're gonna stay. So I like it. I like it. Yeah, the whole store seemed pretty even in temperature when I walked through. Close enough for me. So now I'm going to stick that there. We'll let it read the outside air temperature drawn into the coil. We're at about 68 degrees. about 88, so that's 20, 89, 21 degrees. Hail guard pulled off. Doesn't look like these have been opened up very recently. We've got some wasp nests in here and stuff. I got some dirt back here. It's not horrible, but these are split coils, so since I was running 21 degree differential, it's not really very warm out. We don't have extreme load in the store. I'm gonna write up to have these all split and cleaned. I'm gonna check them all, of course. That's what I'm gonna do there. I believe on our next PM they're gonna have us split and clean these anyway, but I'm just gonna give them a heads up that they're probably gonna be looking at belts for all of them and coil cleaning. I've got this one buttoned up, and I'm just gonna move along and do the same thing to the rest of them. So since I'm writing up to clean all the condenser coils, anytime I write up to clean a coil, I like to locate water where we can find it. And look what I found here. They do exist, but we have to see if it works. So I grabbed my water key when I was down at the van. Let's see if we can, there we go. Uh-oh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah. All right. When we come back to clean the coils, boom, water accessible right on the roof. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, there's nothing more annoying than getting a quote approved to clean coils and you get up there and there's nowhere to hook up your hose. Got some decent write-ups out of this one. Blower motor or two, all the coils are gonna get cleaned, some contactors, some crankcase heaters, and I'm only about halfway through, so I'm gonna carry on. All right, we got jets going by, we got compressors kicking on. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right, guys, I'm on the last one here, getting it jumped out, kicking it on, make sure everything is good with this. And then I'm gonna walk around and pick up any tools I've got left. I've got my gauges sitting over there. We're getting close to the end here, and it turned out to be a pretty nice day. I can't complain. All right, I got all my stuff gathered up. I'm gonna set them over here by the filters. Double check the disconnects, make sure I didn't leave anything off. I don't wanna be that guy.
You're not that guy, pal, trust me. You're not that guy.
That gets a call back because he left a disconnect off. So always check your disconnects. Make sure all your panels are on. I'll be back when we throw the filters off the roof. On. Everything's done except the paperwork. And get all this stuff moved over to the edge, and I'm gonna chuck it off the roof. Oh, look at that. Thank you for your business. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, United. And I don't know, how do you pronounce that? Coke? Cock filter? Anyway, I'll have to ask Joe at United how you properly pronounce the name of these filters. But I'm gonna move them all over there and chuck them down to the van, see if I can't find a dumpster. Time to throw some filters off the roof. Now, when you're chucking stuff off the roof, you always have to be aware and conscious that there's nobody down below, and I feel pretty good. All right, filters are down. Get this stuff over the edge. All the disconnects were on, so feel good about that. Nothing like getting halfway home and being like, I hope I turned all the disconnects on. Anyway, here we are. There's our filters. All right, guys, that's it. I'm heading down to the van, gonna get everything taken care of. Thanks for coming along with me on this little PM. We got some condenser coils to come back and clean, some parts to replace, contactors, blower, that transformer, everything that I wrote up on that. So I appreciate you watching. If you like the video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That'll notify you anytime I got a new video coming out. Leave me a comment, hit like. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.